What's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Dalek JD and welcome to my ultimate guide to Tag Der Toten. When it comes to guides on YouTube, this video is your one-stop hub for learning absolutely everything you'd ever want to do in the map in one single video. This is everything from Power, Pack-a-Punch, Golden Pack-a-Punch, Riot Shield, Dynamite, Heat Pack, Samantha Box, All Challenge Guide, free Wunderwaffe, free Tundra Gun, free Thunder Gun. And I know this is a long video, but trust me, if you watch the whole thing, you're definitely going to learn something new. If you're looking for something specific, then make sure to look at the comment section and the description for timestamps to each separate guide in this video. But just to be aware, this is not an Easter egg guide. If you're looking for that, it will be the first link in the description or on your screen as an annotation now. This is an overall map guide, but it will definitely help you out when it comes to that Easter egg. But if you enjoyed any part of this video, just taking a second to click the like button would be super appreciated for the hours and hours it took to make you this video. And if you're looking for teammates to play this in, then drop your PC, Xbox, or PSN names in the comments. And lastly, if some of the things aren't working for you in this video, you must be playing an online game of zombies. Whether it's solo, private match, or public, you must be connected to the servers, so don't play offline. With that out of the way, let's jump into the guide. So here we go, guys. This is the spawn room of Tag Der Toten, the docks, and we're going to kick things off by doing the first thing you should do every game, which is obvious: turn on the power switch. We have 3 of these in total, one more on this section of the map before we move over with the facility fling up, which we'll get into in a moment. As you notice, I do have 50,000 points. I am playing custom mutations just to make this a bit easier, just to get things going, but it shouldn't take anything away from the ultimate guide. So we're going to start off by showing you the best route to open up from the map and also build the shield at the same time. So straight away when you spawn in, there's actually a shield part that you can get straight off the bat. The first location can be on this section here on this wooden panel. The second location can be on this boat, just to the side of the power switch, which it is, so we'll pick it up. And last but no means least, on the other side of the docks here by this gas pump. Once you've picked that up and you've got enough points, we can start opening up, and I definitely advise you to open this section first, because we can get another shield piece. This is like a little parkour section. You can just like jump around and stuff. It's awesome. We're getting our second shield part. So the first part can be right there, which it is, which is super lucky. So we'll pick that up. If it's not there, just hop over one more to this mystery box location, and it should be perched up there. If not, hop all the way down, move over, and it's going to be in this little grass area right here. Now, this is the lagoon section. This is the first area we've opened up. We've got a lovely Sorg 9mm there. We also have the brew perk machine, and we also have the bottom of the slide, as well as a sunken path, which you need to open with dynamite. Continue on your little swimming path there, and there's a little drop section that drops you in front of the lighthouse. Costs nothing to do it, so we'll go ahead and do that. We got a lovely escargot there, and here we have the lighthouse. So you can either open through the front door, or we can open up along here. I'm just going to open the front door right here so we can get straight into the lighthouse, and our last shield spawn can either be right up there on that wall. If not, we go up the stairs once to lighthouse level 2, and it can be perched up along here, which it is. And if not, just take one more final run up, and it's going to be perched along here on the side. But you should be able to build the shield by like round 2, which is amazing. And then to get it built super quick, you just open this door from lighthouse level 2, and the buildable bench is right there. It's literally so simple. Now, a really cool, neat little Easter egg you can do every time you play a game is if you make your way in here and go up to these certain glasses and hold square, you get given 500 points, which is really cool. And you get an awesome quote as well, because it's obviously a tribute to the late and awesome George Romero, who was featured in the original map. And all players in the game can get their own 500 points, which is awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to get the power on the other side of the boat, and then also be able to get Pack-a-Punch. And if you do this super early with a shopping free, then you can get this done on round 1. But we're looking for a blue rock that kind of sticks out. It can move around, but it looks like that. You shoot it, it drops. It's pretty awesome. So we need to take this into the lighthouse. I'm just going to open this door right here, and then we've got one more debris on the staircase before we get up to the final lighthouse level. And we have a hermit up here. I'm sure you guys are familiar with him. He's very important to this map, and he's going to ask you for the blue rock. So here we go. Brings it down, and awesome. Bring that up, and that's going to power on the lighthouse. But we still need one more thing before we can get Pack-a-Punch. Now, giving in the blue rock activates these challenge podiums. There's 5 around the map. We'll be going over those later, showing you all the challenges. But now let's get that second power on. So we're going to open this debris here, and we're onto the beach, which is the original spawn. We have a Thompson wall by over there. We have the ICR-7 there, another podium, a lighthouse trap viable, and this debris here, which will take us onto the gangway. So if we go along here, we're now on the boat, which is awesome. We're going to open this debris right here, scoot along around this section, up the stairs, and then we're going to take a left, buy this, boom, turn the power on, and then boom, we have power on, and we have Pack-a-Punch. And you can tell what the Pack-a-Punch is by where the lighthouse is looking. It can move to 5 different spots on the map, 4 in total. We're going to need to work on getting that 5th one, which is Golden Pack-a-Punch. So in order for us to get Golden Pack-a-Punch, we first need to activate the standard Pack-a-Punch, which is pretty simple. And then we need to locate some zip line cranks. So we need 2 of them in total, one for this section of the boat and another at the back. So you want to open this debris here in the gangway, which will take you into this section, the stern, and we're looking for a crank. One spawn can be right there, which it is, very, very handy, so we'll pick that up. If it's not there, it will be on that sandbag there, and if not, just come around to this side near the perk machine and it'll be perched up there. So with your crank, make your way up to the sun deck, place it on, and then hold your interact button to rotate the zip line into position. This will allow us to fast travel from here all the way back to the beach, and is also one of the 2 steps for the Golden Pack-a-Punch. The next area is in the back of the boat, so we're going to open this debris for 1250, which will open to the main deck, and we have a shotgun wall by there. Don't really recommend it. If you make our way down here, we have another debris, which we're going to open. And now we're going to look for that second crank in Forecastle. So one spawn can be there, which it is. Very, very cool. If it's not there, make your way around here and it will be just positioned up there. And then if not, make your way through to the further front part of this and it can be perched right there. We also have another challenge podium for this location right there and an auger wall buy. With that crank, all you want to do is just take it over to this section here on the main deck and just rotate the zip line. We have both zip lines done. Awesome. Now, whilst we are here, I will show you the cargo hold, which has a little watery section, which will be part of a fun little Wonder Weapon Easter egg, and it actually leads you on a pathway back towards the lighthouse and also back to the beach. Spitfire wall by there. And open this section takes you to artifact storage, which is very important for the Easter egg. And also you can get a Pack-a-Punch location, and in order to get rid of that fire, we're just going to shoot the pipe. And boom, opening this debris in here, we get to the lovely cola perk machine. And then running up here takes you back towards Forecastle on the main deck. So once you put the cranks on both of those sections, come over to the Hermit. And he is going to give you a zipline handle, which will now allow you to use all the zip lines around the map. So this one takes you to cargo hold, this one takes you to facility entrance, and this takes you back to the spawn room. We're going to take this over to facility entrance as it's another section of the map we got to open, and also our last power switch before we have Golden Pack-a-Punch. So running through in facility entrance, the security lobby, we have a sniper rifle. Opening this section into geological processing. There isn't really much in here. Still a cool little room. Opening the other door takes you into decontamination, where you have a lovely perk machine. And in upper catwalk, we have a Titan LMG wall by there. Pretty useful. We open this debris for 1500 on solo. And all we need to do now is just simply turn on the power switch right here. And we have full power enabled on the whole map and Golden Pack-a-Punch. As you can see, the lighthouse is now shining on that little area there, and that is Golden Pack-a-Punch. So to go there, all you have to do is when the light's shining on it, come to this flinger, and it's going to fling you straight over. And the great thing about Golden Pack-a-Punch, and it fully paps your gun 4 times, so you don't have to keep throwing it in the Pack-a-Punch machine. It is fantastic. So that means maximum damage and alternate ammo types are really good. And when you are here for about 2.5 minutes in a lockdown. If you Pack-a-Punch a gun, the gun gets points, but otherwise, you don't really earn a lot of points here. And the zombie spawns are infinite as well, so it's a great chance to just make the most. If you do have any drops that the zombies had to drop, like an insta-kill, it's great. And there we go. Flung me back, and normally, yeah, it ends the round every time. It's very cool. Before we move on to the specific stuff in the guide, I do need to show you how to fix some of the stuff around the map, like this flinger, for instance. If it's not working right now, it's because you need to pick up the gearbox, take it back to the Hermit, let him fix it, and then he will give you a fixed gearbox, which you can then place back down on the trap and it will work. So there you go. You just place it, he'll take it up, and in probably like a minute or 2, he'll bring it back. You can just go ahead and do whatever else you want on the map in the meantime. So now let's move on to the good stuff. Let's show you how to get Samantha's music box. So Samantha's music box is needed for the main Easter egg quest, and it's very, very simple. We're going to be getting 2 punch cards. The first punch card is in decontamination in 3 spots. It can be found in this washing machine, which it is this time, which is really cool. It looks just like that. If it's not there, it can be in this sink, and if it's not, it's in that sink. Once you've gone that, make your way into upper catwalk and open this door over to the specimen storage, where in here We actually have a gramophone for Easter egg radios. We have another buildables bench, which is very useful, and another challenge podium. Obviously, we're going to be looking for another punch card, and one of them can be found on one of these shelves right about there. If not, look in this toilet, which it can be there. And if it's not there, then it's going to be in this 115 container just down here. In my game, it's here on this shelf, so I'm just going to pick it up. So with these two punch cards, you want to make your way over to this console in security lobby, hold your interact button, and you'll see the punch cards go in. Then after a few seconds of beeping, it will bring them back out. And now with those punch cards, you come into human infusion, and we're going to start a lockdown. So I'm going to insert the key here, insert the key there, and then to start the lockdown, you just have to hold to open the vault. This is the last step before we get the Samantha music boxes, but as you see here, it spawns in a ton of zombies. Now, a massive tip for anyone that's playing this on solo or co-op, just wanting to get the Easter egg done as low round as possible, or you're just wanting to get points super early on, killing these zombies during the lockdown will not get you any points whatsoever. But as of me making this video, which I doubt Treyarch will change, is if you just train up every zombie that comes here in the lockdown until it's over, once the lockdown's over, you can kill the zombies and you'll get a ton of points. And this is additional to the zombie spawning in on this round. And on this round, I've killed none. So once this is over, I'm going to get the whole round spawn of zombies in and these lockdown zombies, which is great. So definitely make use of this if it works for you guys to get some points and optimize as early as possible. As you can see, lockdown over. And if we go up here, we can pick up the Samantha music box, which is fantastic. And as you can see, I've got all these zombies to my heart's content. And boom, I can just kill them and get all the points, which is absolutely amazing. So there you go. The Samantha box takes up your grenades. You just press down your grenade button to throw it out. Takes a little while for you to charge that thing up. You throw it, and wherever you've thrown it, if there's any zombies in that vicinity, it's going to suck them in. Any nearby as well. There's also an explosion that happens afterwards, which is pretty cool. So the other flinger on the map is here, and you're going to need a dynamite to blow that up. We haven't actually had any fire zombies yet, so the moment we do, we can begin how to get the dynamite. Here we go. If you have fire zombies, take note, kids. Around the map, in every single area, will be snowballs that you can pick up and will replace your normal grenades. Don't worry, once you've run out of them, you'll switch back to your normal grenades. So if you have Samantha boxes, it will switch back. Anytime you see a fire zombie, just simply throw snowballs at it. Because once it freezes, the zombie will drop a part. If you go in your invent, this will be in the top of the right box. You're going to need to kill 3 fire zombies, and then you'll be able to craft dynamite. So just keep a mental note. As you're playing the rounds, if you see a fire zombie, boom, just go ahead and throw snowballs at it. Keep replenishing your snowballs so you have them, because they're going to be needed for some of the challenge podiums. And to finalize a little map walkthrough that we didn't quite finish, this is the other door from spawn, which has the Mog on the wall, which is awesome. We got another fire zombie, so I'm obviously going to make sure I don't get too close to him, otherwise he explodes. But boom, we got a second dynamite part, and we have another lighthouse trap. So we have 2 lighthouse traps, one there and one on the beach. So next on our list is how to get a free Wunderwaffe. So on this map, you can get a free Wunderwaffe, and it's guaranteed every game, and it's absolutely awesome. So the first step is to find an icicle. So the first location can be above this cliff face on the beach. It is here. This is what it looks like. It sticks out a little bit. You just shoot it, and it falls straight down, and it will give you the option to hold square to pick up the icicle. If it's not there, then do not worry. If you make your way up to the lighthouse station, it should be hanging off this left side here, and if it isn't there, then do not worry. There's one more cheeky spot, and it can be down right here. Just simply shoot it and pick it up like you've seen me do. Once you have picked up the icicle, make your way to the very front of the boat, the forecastle, and place it in this pot. As you can see, it put the icicle in the pot, and you can see there's a key in there. And we're just going to let it melt. Now, you can just go off and do whatever else you want on the map while this is going on, or you can watch it melt in real time, which is pretty cool. Once it's finally done, it'll give you the option to pick up a key. With this key, we're going to go all the way to facility. And in this part of facility specimen storage, is going to be a little safe over here. You want to interact with it. It's going to open, revealing the Vril device. And what we're going to need to do is fill this up with about 10 to 12 zombie souls. And when that's done, it will let you pick the Vril device up. So once it's done, it will be glowing green and you can pick it up. And we're going to go ahead and take it back to the hermit in the lighthouse. So we'll give him the Vril device. We'll wait a minute or so and he should give us a key. Here we go. He's returning with a reward crate key. And if we take it over to this box, hold to open the reward crate, it's going to reveal something pretty awesome. The Wunderwaffe for absolutely free. And it's as simple as that, folks. There we go. Free Wunderwaffe. You can go ahead and upgrade it and keep it for the rest of the game because you need it for the Easter egg steps. And it's just a downright awesome wonder weapon. There we go. That was our third Dynamite zombie. And now we've got all 3 parts, as you can see on the top of the HUD. So make your way to any buildable bench you've not built anything at yet. And we can build and craft the Dynamite bomb, which is awesome. There we go. We picked it up. And I highly recommend this is one of the places you use it at. It's the only place you can't actually get to without using a Dynamite bomb. It's going to show us the loading platform. And we have a flinger, but we can't use it because we need to fix the gearbox. I'm going to pick that up and take it back to the hermit. He's going to fix it up. He'll give it back to us, and we can place it on there. And since he fixed this one, we can place it down, and we can use it for the rest of the game to launch us over to the lighthouse. And there's that fixed gearbox for the flinger, so we're going to go back and fix it, just like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to get the heat pack. This requires 3 parts, which is going to be in the bottom row of 3 in our HUD. In order to get these parts, we need to launch yourself from this flinger 3 times. 1 from the left side, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the right, and you'll see why. So I'm just going to stand on here, let's fling us over, and it's going to fling us right here by this lighthouse. And as you can see, I landed on a box, which broke, and it reveals a part. Now, if you're playing on co-op, the amount of players depends how many times you need to land on each box to get said part. But that's 1 of 3, as you can see on our HUD. So let's go fling again from the middle. Go back again. I'm just going to stand directly in the middle this time. And it launches us straight forwards and by the brew machine. And boom, straight onto this part, which you can pick up right there. 2 of 3. And finally, from the left side, we're going to stand on that. Boom, it's going to launch us up in the air again, and it's going to take us very close to spawn, actually. And boom, should get this, which looks like a whoopee cushion, but it's actually a hot water bottle. So now we've got all 3 parts. We just need to take it to a buildable bench. This can be built at any bench, but we're just going to build the one in the gangway, which is the bottom of the front of the boat. And there we go, we got the heat pack. As you heard Nikolai say there, this basically allows you to move through water quicker, and you freeze a lot slower than you would normally. It's definitely not a necessary thing to have by any means, but it's definitely a useful item nonetheless. Now, if getting 1 wonder weapon for free wasn't good enough, then here we're going to teach you how to get the Tundra gun, which is the ice frozen thunder gun. So you're going to need some snowballs, and there's some targets around the map that we're going to be throwing snowballs at. The first one is going to be in this loading platform, so you just want to throw it, and you're going to hear a ding noise if you've got that right. That's the first one. You're going to need to take the route exactly as you see in this video, because this is a timed Easter egg. You're going to need to do all these in the correct amount of time, otherwise you're going to fail it and you're going to have to restart again. So you're landing in the spawn, you're going to make your way through this parkour section, and we're going to be going to the icy cave. As you see right there, we have a nice little target, so throw that and get the ding noise. So yeah, following the route in this video is definitely advised, as it just seems to be the quickest way. Every time I've done this way, it's always worked for me. It seems a little long-winded, but this is the quickest way to our next one, which is going to be by the second power switch. And right on this wall, boom, there it is. So chuck that. You're going to instantly want to run and take the flinger. And please make sure you've got the gearbox fixed before you do this. Otherwise, you know, this is just going to end up in a bit of a fail. But as soon as you land, you want to come to the back of Lighthouse Level 3 on the staircase. Boom, you'll see it right there. And then if we make our way up the stairs, we've got 1 more target to go. And it's going to involve taking the zip line to cargo hold. So we're going to zip line over. And as soon as you land, take like a 45-degree sort of spin. And it's right there. And boom, the box should open. And here we go, my friends. The Tundra gun. It's not great. You're definitely going to need PhD slider on if you're going to want to use this effectively, as it has self-damage, which is just insane. I never thought a thunder gun would have splash damage, but it does. Not too much, but when you're up against a lot of zombies, that can really, really mess you up. Now, if unlike me, you have 4 perks and you want to get a 5th one for free, we're going to show you. So by every Pack-a-Punch location, when it's there, you're going to find a little puppet, which you can pick up. Now, in my game, right now, the Boathouse Pack-a-Punch is here, and as you see, we picked that up nice and easy. Our next Pack-a-Punch location is on the beach, and behind that, you're going to find a little duck. Pick that up, nice and easy. Next spot is just behind artifact storage. It's actually the sunken path, and it's this little Apothecon toy. How cute. Our next location is the lovely golden Pack-a-Punch machine, and you'll find it just to the right, which is a lovely little Magua. And our fifth and final one is going to be the Lagoon Pack-a-Punch, which is another duck right there. So once you've picked up all 5, you want to go over to this inside of the spawn room and just hold your interact button. It's going to place all the toys down. Once you place that down, you're going to need to finish the round you're on. So I'm on round 8 right now. I'm on to the next round. You have some dog round music, but it's not actually dogs. It's actually a load of electric zombies, and they actually seem to be quite strong. I'm just going to go ahead and pop an insta-kill just to get rid of them, but even on round 9, they're still really vicious. And just for the sake of the tutorial, to make it easy on myself, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. You do get points from these, which is good, but like there is a lot of them. But holy moly, I've been going for a while and they just don't stop. So for our last electric zombie killed, you will see it has spawned a free perk bottle for us. To pick that up and boom, I got dead shot. Why the hell did I get dead shot? I will never know. What we're going to work on now is how to get yellow snowballs. That's right, you can get yellow snowballs that are insta-kill snowballs until past round 35. It's absolutely insanity. There's going to be 4 sock poppets we're going to be finding around the map. The first can be found in the sunken path, and the first location can be right there. It's not there, so we're going to move swiftly forwards. And if you look over to this side, it could be on this rock face out there in the distance. If it's not there, it could potentially be on this broken rock, but for me, I can see it up there, so I'm just gonna chuck a snowball at it if I can even hit it. If you hit it successfully with a snowball, it should disappear, and that's our first one done. So our next one is gonna be inside the lighthouse. The first location can be up on that pole, which we can see it there, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Come on, there we go, finally got it. If it's not there, then make your way up to lighthouse level 3, and it can be outside on this electrical pole right there. And if it's not there, then make your way up to level 4, and you may have noticed it already in your game, but it can be up there on that light. Next location is going to be on the sun deck, again with 3 different spawns. The first could be on this smokestack right there. If it's not, it could be up there on this crane, which it isn't. So what we need to do is look up above this speaker, and we can see it. Thank you, Mr. Zombie, for slapping me in the face while I'm trying to demonstrate this. Boom, throw it, and there we go. That's our third one right there. And our last locations are going to be inside of geological processing. So our first location can be up around here on this shelf. If it's not there, then go ahead and look up this conveyor belt, and it could potentially be somewhere up there. But if it's not, it's going to be in a really dark place, and it's actually tucked away there in this corner. It's very hard to see, so I'm just going to chuck a snowball, and there we go. I've got all 4 in my game. So now we've gotten all 4 sock puppets. Around the map, there's going to be 3 campfires that we are going to have to kill zombies near. So you can do this in absolutely any order you want, but the first one is going to be here on the beach. And you can tell them by the fact they're just small little campfires and they've got blue flames on them. So we're going to need to get about 10 zombie kills or so before it's filled up. And once complete, the campfire light will go out and we can move on to the next one. Our next campfire spot is right down here in the boathouse. Pretty nice, pretty simple stuff. Again, exactly the same procedure, just gonna kill zombies around it. And when I said about 10 zombies, definitely feels like a lot more. And this last and final one is in the frozen crevice, and it's right opposite the mystery box location right here. Now, out of all of them, this is probably gonna be the trickiest one, just because you're in such a small, tight area. And once that's completed, you're gonna hear a completion sound, and we're now gonna need to head up to the facility. Now we're in facility, we wanna go ahead and look at that, because unlike normal, this isn't cracked normally. What we need to do is just simply shoot it. It's going to explode and it's going to drop Pablo's spleen. Spleen looks like this. It's the tiny little frozen object, and the moment we pick it up, it's going to start a timer. So you can hear it verbally ticking down like a clock, and you're going to have to follow this exact route, otherwise you're going to fail it. But as you can notice, probably by listening, you can hear that as we're running with the spleen, it was frozen and it's slowly melting away. And obviously the closer it gets to fully melting, the quicker that timer goes. So you need to take the zip line from here down to the docks, and as soon as you get here, get in some frozen water. You're just going to want to basically stand around in the frozen water until that clock sound ticks down to the slowest it can be, which right now is exactly what we want. So now get out of there, and then all you're going to need to do now is get on this zip line over towards Lighthouse level 4. and then just give it to Pablo. And it's as simple as that. Right now, it's very calm. Here we go. He's going to drop the dumbwaiter. Going to give him his spleen back. And there we go. He will give us yellow snowballs, which will now be all over the map. These are always going to be the default snowballs now. And like I said, one hit kills. It's absolutely awesome. Combining this with a challenge to get more snowballs, this is going to be a really nice thing to have in your back pocket. And last but by no means least, we're going to get ourselves the 3 Thunder Gun. Now, obviously, you're going to need to complete all challenge podiums in the map in order to get this. And we're going to go through one by one, showing you all of them and how to complete each challenge. So I'm going to start off with the forecastle. This is complete random. You don't have to do these in the order I'm doing. Just any order will work. And our first challenge is to kill enemies while standing still. 25 enemies. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff, really. You just stand still on the spot and kill 25 enemies. Very simple. Once you've done a challenge, you simply go back to the podium to claim your reward, and then you'll get given another challenge. This is kill 10 enemies with melee attacks. I mean, it's very straightforward. And in case you are wondering, yes, you can indeed use your specialist weapon, but yeah, don't kill the zombie like that. And if you're wondering, yes, the shield bashing also works as a melee, which counts as well, so very, very useful. And boom, just like that, completed that challenge. So we're going to claim that reward, which is a fire sale. So our last challenge is to find soup ingredients, add them to the cooking pot, and add water. So you need to find 3 ingredients. Our first one is always going to be in the gangway, which is the bottom of this boat, and we're looking for like a soupy thing. So there it is on the chair right there. If it's not there, it can also be perched up there, and if not, it can also be on the countertop. Our next ingredient is going to be at the beach, and it's going to either be on this left crate right here, which it isn't for us. I've never had it spawn there for me. If it's not there, then it can be along here, which would be like a piece of corn. But since it's not there, the last spot is going to be by this wall by, and you're normally going to find a little cauliflower in there. So I'm a blind fool, and as you can see, my soup ingredient was there. It's a vegetable. How did I not notice that? This ingredient can be found in the boathouse, and we have a kitchen here where we have a potential spot there. If it's not there, then it can be by this doorway. But if it's not there, our last spot is right here by the Mog 12. Once you've obtained all the ingredients, just go ahead and place them in. And then you're going to need to add water. And all you need to do is just simply throw a snowball. And then boom, there you go. Cooking complete. And it'll give you your reward, which is some armor. Next one I'll show you is at Lighthouse Station, and the first challenge is to kill 25 zombies with headshots and collect their brains. Very simple stuff. Just as you're killing the zombies, aim for the head and they will drop a brain, which you need to go up to and pick up. And once you've gotten 25 of those, the totem challenge will give you a reward, and we can move on to the next one, which is to shield bash zombies. So you're going to need to build the shield. If you don't know how to do that, I'll have that link down below, but very simple stuff, just using the melee on your shield. And the last challenge is to carry 3 jars of pee to the beach. What you need to do is go to the top level of the lighthouse. There'll be the set of jars. You need to pick them up, and you need to walk all the way from the bottom of the lighthouse all the way to the beach water to empty the pee. During this, you cannot run, jump, or fall. You simply have to walk and sort of escort these jars all the way back to the water 3 times over. And once completed, you'll be given a reward at the lighthouse station, which is a self-revive. Next challenge station can be found on the beach, with the first challenge being to headshot zombies with snowballs. So just pick up the snowballs and aim for the head, and you should be able to get this one really easily. The second one is to kill zombies with the lighthouse trap, and again, you can find this at the beach or by the spawn, either where you want to do it, but simply activate the trap, lead a train of zombies in, and you should get that one nice and easily. And the last one is to complete the SOS messages around the map. So the first SOS message can be found on the side of the boat right in front of the totem pole. You simply need to throw snowballs in the gaps in the letters. The second one can be found in front of the lighthouse, as you can see right here. Again, the exact same scenario. And the last and final one is going to be under the forecastle, which you can get to through the artifact storage storage, you can go ahead and shoot down the fire so you can get to the sunken path, or use dynamite to get here, whichever way you fancy. Once completed, you'll see the completion of the 3 out of 3. You can pick up your reward, and that's 2 done. The next totem pole can be found in the frozen crevasse, which is just off from spawn, and the first challenge is going to be killing zombies while in frozen water. Very simple stuff, just literally stand in water and just shoot zombies. Doesn't matter what direction or range they are, as long as you're standing in water, it will count. Next challenge is to shatter frozen zombies, and the way that you can do this is to throw snowballs at zombies until they freeze over, and then when they are in that process of freezing, just simply knife them. Once that's complete, we can work on the last one, which is to play the Hermit's favourite tune on the bells in docks. Now, I do advise you to have subtitles on and write down the note pattern that he mentions, otherwise you're not going to be able to complete this. He's going to tell you to play a 5-note tune, and there are 5 bells that correlate to each note in the spawn. To make this simple, I've included a diagram so you can basically get this every single time. But this bell right by the power switch is a A note. The bell by these windows are going to play G. The one at the back of the spawn is going to play an E. And then finally, this one off to the kitchen is going to play a C. Once that's completed, redeem your reward and we can move on to the final podium. And this one can be found in specimen storage right by the buildable bench. So the first challenge for this is to fling zombies. Very simple stuff. As long as you've picked up the broken gearboxes, given it to the hermit, and he brings the fixed ones and you've placed them down on any flinger, you can easily do this. Just simply train out some zombies, wait till they're near the flinger, jump on it, and then boom, you should get the kills for that. The next challenge is to kill enemies while riding on a zip line, and I do advise you use a pretty strong weapon for this. If you have an insta-kill, this will definitely make this even easier, but essentially you can only kill zombies and it counts whilst you're riding a zip line. It's obviously not the easiest thing to aim at if zombies are far away, but shouldn't be too difficult. And the last challenge is to complete the whack-a-mole station using snowballs. So this is on the loading platform right by the podium challenge itself. What you want to do is pick up some snowballs and throw it at this target in the middle. Once you're here, you're then going to want to watch these set of pipes as different puppets are going to rise out of them, and you're going to need to throw a snowball at them. This is going to be something you're going to have to repeat 3 times, and as you go on with this, they get faster and faster. But it is very, very simple once you're just watching it and seeing how this is done. It's a simple whack-a-mole, and you have snowballs to your left and right to replenish your invent to keep playing the game, and you can track your progress by looking at the number of completions out of 3. But once completed, you can redeem your reward, which is 50% off traps, and from then on, head up to the lighthouse where the hermit will say that you have done all of his challenges. He will give you a key that will open up the other weapons box at the top of the lighthouse, which is just to the left of the Wunderwaffe box, and this will give you a free thunder gun. Definitely a lot of effort in order to get that free thunder gun, but if you're going for a lot of challenges and want some of the rewards that come with each specific challenge podium, then it might be worth trying to do this inside your game. Therefore, you can guarantee all players to at least have a wonder weapon. Now, unfortunately, I know some of you are asking, can you have multiple wonder weapons in your possession, such as a Tundra gun and a thunder gun, or a Wunderwaffe and thunder gun? And unfortunately not. You can only have one of these 3 weapons. If you get another one in your game, you'll have to swap out the previous wonder weapon that you got for free. And there we go, my friends. That is going to wrap up my ultimate guide. If you want any Easter egg solo tips assistance, my Easter egg guide is catered perfectly to the solo player as well as co-op player, so definitely check that out. But if you enjoyed what you see, definitely drop a like rating. Like I said at the start, feel free to check out my playlist link down below for all of my ultimate guides if you need some help on any of the other Black Ops 4 Zombies maps. But thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon.